Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Extreme Mediocrity Sports Show. As always, I'm Kobe. We got Crush'em with me, and we are live on YouTube
Hey,
and Twitch for the first time.
we love to see it, man. We love to see it. We are live. What's going on, people on YouTube and Twitch? We definitely got a big episode today. We're going to recap last week's games, week 10. Then we're going to get into some game picks for week 11. So it should be fun. Let's get started with going over last week's games. Um, my my injury riddled Commanders, man. Not surprised by this outcome. Um, Half our team is on that injured reserve list, and we didn't really have any fight in this one. Defense was uh, like melted butter out there, man. Couldn't guard anything. Dolphins had their way with us. I don't think they punted the entire game. Just had their way with us. Took us out to the woodshed in this game.
Yeah.
Couldn't get the running game going. Mariota did look okay, but with the defense playing like that, can't really find any positives from this game at all. Lions just did whatever they wanted in this one. So another loss in that column this year. Not a good season for us so far.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you mentioned all the injuries, but I mean, I've been a hater, you could say, on the Commanders' defense all year. Even a healthy Commanders' defense was a little suspect at the beginning, but it seems like after every game, you guys are piling up two or three more injuries, and yeah, we made our picks last week, and this was a pretty easy decision for me.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, you chose not to be a homer, and it paid off for you. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, when the Lions are playing like that, they're going to make any defense look bad. And,
Hmm.
it just happened to be the Commanders this time. And
Yeah, man. And then we lost another player this week, our rookie corner. We lost in this game. I think he fractured his leg, so he'll be out for the season. Trey Amos. So I mean, and then we have issues with the defensive coaching side. Our defensive coordinator now he went to the sideline. That didn't matter. Now he got his job taken away. Dan Quinn is going to start calling the plays from now on. So
yeah,
just a lot of we're just messed up all around. So
sounds like you need to fire your strength and conditioning coaches.
yeah, man, these soft tissue injuries is getting out of hand. But I feel like it's across the league.
Yeah.
Everybody got a knee or ankle or
Hmm.
Achilles, something going on. Um, but speaking of our homer teams, we had the Browns and the Jets. Man, Browns took a tough loss week 10.
I'm going to start with a little stat here. We held the Jets under 175 yards, and we had zero turnovers. Now
My
I don't
lord.
Now I don't know if you know how many times this has happened, but we lost this game. Teams that have had uh, that stat line in the past, 225-0 until last Sunday. So
Mm,
listen, I mean, we didn't turn the ball over. We had our offensive coordinator calling plays, and I don't. There wasn't really any life into the offense. Um, our one touchdown we had was off of an interception, so we had short field. Uh, Dylan Gabriel, man, he had Jerry Judy wide open on a slant. He threw the ball straight into the ground.
mm,
Then we ran a reverse wide receiver screen. Wide receiver standing there going like this. Ball went 4 feet over his head.
mm,
Jumped up and couldn't even get a hand on it.
mm.
Now, I it's got to be Shador time soon. The first thing, they get into the post game press conference. They ask Stefanski, like, what are you seeing your quarterbacks moving forward? He goes, you got to play Dylan Gabriel. He's a young guy. Yeah, you know who else is a young guy?
Mhm,
He's sitting
mhm,
right behind him. Um,
mhm.
I I do think this Ravens game coming up is going to be the end of Dylan Gabriel this year, either by terrible performance or death. I don't know. It was a bad game. I mean, we held them to nothing. I mean, Justin Fields had 54 yards passing, and 42 of those came like on their last big play of their last drive to go ahead. Special teams was atrocious with the kick return touchdown, the punt return touchdown. It was just not a good look for us. I mean, that's just Cleveland Browns football. I mean, I've been watching them for a long time. We will always find a new way to lose these football games.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking just looking at those Jets stats. 54 yards passing from Fields, but 42 of those on a pass to Breece Hall. So then you just think of 12 yards of passing, and they still end up getting a win. But they did have those two back-to-back special teams plays that got them on the board. But yeah, definitely a tough loss for your Browns, man.
I mean, think back to week 1. I think we held the Bengals like 13 yards of total offense in the second half, and we lost that game too. So, I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
Man. You and the Commanders have something in common, man. Then we had the Rams, man. This was a big game that we had circle when we was making our picks. Rams against the 49ers. Rams coming out with the win 42-26. Stafford still looking good, 280 yards passing. 49ers are still dealing with a lot of injuries, but some crucial turnovers by Mac Jones in this game. I think that kind of had the game going in opposite direction, but yeah, Rams found a way to win this one.
Yeah, I mean the Rams are no joke. Matthew Stafford is having an MVP type season. They were able to run the ball a little bit this week with the 2 touchdowns from Williams, and it just seems like with Devontae Adams back and Puka back, you give Matt Stafford all that extra presence on the outside. Like the Rams are a tough team, man.
Yep. Yeah, definitely a tough team, and especially getting into the playoffs, they're definitely going to be a tough team to get out with that offense rolling. Then next we had Patriots. This was a good one too. Patriots continue to roll. This was their, I believe, 7th game in a row that they won against the Bucks. Pulled out a close game, 28-23. Drake May having an MVP-like season. And Henderson had a big game as well, 147 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. But Baker Mayfield couldn't do enough in this game to win, even though he had the 3 touchdowns, but they still are dealing with a lot of injuries. But yeah, Patriots win again.
Yeah, earlier in the year, we were talking about how the Buccaneers were finding ways to win these close games every single week. We were talking about Baker Mayfield being an MVP candidate, and well, I mean this performance didn't take away from that. He still had a great game. But the Buccaneers aren't winning the close games that they were winning earlier. And I think for them to be successful playing against these other playoff caliber teams, they need to get back to that, finding ways to win I know they still don't have Godwin. They didn't have Bucky Irving, but I mean, like you mentioned, there's injuries everywhere. This was a tough one to pick, but yeah, I thought the Buccaneers were going to find a way to win this game going into it. I figured it would be a close game, but the Patriots are, I don't know, are these the new Tom Brady Patriots with Drake May now?
They're that Cinderella team this season, seems like. And like you said, the Buccaneers, we were used to them winning those close games in the season. I think the first 5 or 6 weeks of the season, they won by 1 score or less. So I was thinking this game was going to be similar to that, but Patriots showed that they're a dominant team, and they're not a pushover. They're showing that they're legit. So that was definitely a good game as well. Then Ravens at Vikings. Ravens getting on a roll here. They won 27-19. Lamar is getting back to doing Lamar things. Still not trying to put too much on him. And Derrick Henry, he ran the ball well, 20 carries for 75 yards. And key point in this game was no turnovers for him. And JJ, to me, this is just his rookie season. And you can see it at times. Having a couple turnovers. You would want the Vikings to really try to depend on the run more and get the ball out of his hands. But in this game, I think they were trying to fight back, so that they had to put more on JJ. But another win for the Ravens in that close division.
Yeah, that division is close. Well, between the Ravens and Steelers anyway. Mm-hmm. But Lamar missed those couple weeks, and since he's been back, I don't know. It almost seems like a blessing, like because with his play style, how he runs, he constantly running, moving along the field. He kind of got a little extra rest there for a couple weeks, and I do think the Ravens probably are the favorites to win this division moving forward. Mark Andrews has been a constant in that offense forever. Zay Flowers can get it going, and if Derrick Henry's running the ball 20 times a game, game script's probably in their favor. So I think the Ravens are in a good spot moving forward.
Yep. Then our early game last week, we had Falcons at Colts. Colts ended up squeaking out with the win, 31-25. This game looked ugly early on. Daniel Jones was looking like Jones when he was with the Giants, turning the ball over, missing receivers. He ended up having one interception and 3 fumbles. Early on, they was passing the ball a lot. Then, I guess they finally figured out that was not going to work, and they started to lean on Jonathan Taylor. He ended up with 244 yards on the ground, 42 yards receiving. Really was that workhorse for them, and they was able to get a W in this game.
Yeah, I tuned into that. I tuned into that game a little bit, and I was looking out there. I was like, this is the Colts playing, but why is Daniel Jones? Is he wearing a Giants jersey out there?
Right.
And then he learned how to, turn a little bit and just give it to JT and kind of let him. But the 4 turnovers, but obviously you can't keep doing that, but that shows the willingness to a coach to make adjustments, find out what's working, and if you can't stop it, just keep repeating. And Jonathan Taylor was just an absolute workhorse. I know earlier in the year we were talking about Bijan Robinson being like the best running back in the league, but he hasn't really produced much over the last couple weeks. And I think obviously MVP is a quarterback award. It always will be. But I think Jonathan Taylor has clearly made his case for the offensive player of the year in the AFC right now.
Yeah, I agree. And I think this bye week for the Colts is coming at a great time. They need to figure some things out. I know they started off on a hot streak, but it's starting to not look too good the last couple weeks. Now they could kind of take these next 2 weeks and kind of get things sorted for this playoff push. But another close game for the Colts that they were able to squeak out. Then we had that Sunday night game, Steelers at Chargers. Chargers were able to win this one 25-10, improving to 7-3. Herbert looked really good in this game, throwing for 220 yards, 19 on the ground. Also was able to get some good rushing yards from Vital with 95 yards and a touchdown. McConkey's is still looking great per usual. But Aaron Rodgers, man, a lot of pressure in his face all night, which was surprising. Wasn't really able to get into a rhythm. So Chargers, even though they're kind of off and on, depending on the week, depending on the team they're playing, but they was able to find a way to win this game.
Yeah, when we make these game picks, I'm always all in on the Chargers. They lose. They come into the next week like, playing a tough Steelers team. I know. I was like, I'm done with the Chargers, and then they come out here and. Yeah, they ran the ball well. They passed the ball well. Defense was playing well. They had all facets of the game clicking. And, the Steelers are a potential playoff team as well and handle them pretty easily. So I don't know. We always talk about like this is the year where Justin Herbert can start making a solid name for himself, and then he kind of disappears a little bit, but then he has these games. And now, yeah, I know he didn't throw for 3-4 touchdowns like some of these guys did, but no turnovers. He was pretty accurate, but they won the game. That's the main thing there.
Yeah, totally agree with you. And next, the Monday night game, we had the Eagles at Packers. This was a defensive game. Eagles was able to find a way to win this one 10-7, improving to 7-2. That's a quiet 7-2 for the Eagles.
Mhm.
Yeah, defense was all in this game. Not really much to speak about. They found a way to win this one.
Yeah, stats wise, score wise, not a whole lot to talk about, but the Eagles coming out running the tush push right out of the gate.
Yeah,
I mean, I
just to
saw,
rub it in all of our faces.
The Packers have been like the main tush push banners. Like, you know, we need to get, and just the fact that Sirianni sends out the offense is like, hey, you guys know what to do. But yeah, nothing really, you know, stands out to you in this game. I mean, Saquon had over 100 total yards. Yeah, I don't know what to think of these teams. I mean, the Eagles, like you said, are a quiet 7-2. You know, the Packers bringing in Micah, and they already had the high-powered offense. You think, you know, that's going to take them up to the next level, but they've kind of, I mean, they kind of haven't really got anything going. So, yeah, just a little bit of a snoozer. I believe it was 0-0 at halftime.
Yep. Yeah, not a good Monday night game last week. Now we can go into which was really, really difficult this week, our extreme rankings for the season. I felt like even this week when we went through our picks, you could kind of move these teams around down the line. It's kind of tough. It was really tough to kind of put this one together this week.
Yeah, you could shuffle around these 5 spots, and whatever team you flip up, you're like, okay, that makes sense. So
right. Yeah, so I mean, definitely let us know if you agree with these this week. But starting off this week, we have coming in at number 5. We have the Seahawks. Seahawks that you're riding with this week. But like you said, overall great team, offense, defense, special teams. Hard to find any faults with them. Offense look really good. They get good pressure. Secondary is good. Secondary doesn't make special teams doesn't make mistakes. Definitely in the top 5, but you can kind of fit them in anywhere at this point.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, obviously, I know what order is coming up, but I think personally, I think that you could move Seattle up to this 4 spot and move 4 back to 5. But let's see what we.
Let's see what 4 is, so we can really talk about it. Coming in at number 4, we had the LA Rams. So yeah, like you said, I mean, these two teams, it's like splitting. I mean, you can flip flop them. You can. Yeah. It's kind of tough picking these two teams because they both are playing well, and I believe they still have the same record. So
yep, they do.
Yeah, so it's kind of tough picking these teams. But I could see if Seahawks was 4th and Rams was 5th, I could see that as well.
And honestly, depending on how this game goes, I mean, and I guess it depends on the other games too, because the Lions are, you know, just outside. The Chargers, the Chiefs. I mean, these teams could still be in the top 5 next week. You know, depending on how everything plays out. I mean, that'd be a 3-loss team, but. I don't know.
If it's a close game and, you know, they barely lose, I mean, hey, and, you know, a team that we thought could jump into the top 5, you know, has a loss, you never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2 good teams for sure. Next, coming in at number 3, we decided to go with the New England Patriots. This one is kind of tough because the 2 teams that are above them didn't lose. And so, this was kind of the lineup. If you tune into our previous episode, so it was kind of it was kind of difficult to have the Patriots jump to two teams that was already ahead of them, even though the Patriots won 8 in a row. What's your thoughts on this one?
Obviously, they didn't make the jump over teams 1 and 2 there, but I think it's safe to say they are the hottest team in the league right now. And teams 1 and 2 better be seeing like that Spider-Man meme where it's like like they think they see Tom Brady and they adjust it, and it's but they see Drake May. You got to start keeping an eye on them because they are rolling right now. They're running the ball. They're good.
Yeah, definitely. And again, you can easily put them at number 1 this week, easily. But coming in at number 2, we have the Indianapolis Colts. So again, you could easily flip these around. Colts have looked good for majority of the season, but lately, especially against the Steelers, they look pretty bad. Against the Falcons, Daniel Jones looked really bad, committing those 4 turnovers, but they found a way to win. This is the sketchiest number 2 team that we had up here for a while now. Patriots could easily be, 1 or 2 this week, but Colts barely holding on.
Yeah, if you just see the Colts, the Colts won that game last week, and Daniel Jones doesn't have those 4 turnovers, I am completely fine leaving them here at 2. But the fact that he did have those 4 turnovers, it's kind of like, oh shoot, well, he still got a little bit of Daniel Jones in there, but they also got a lot of Jonathan Taylor in there too.
Yeah,
but yeah, the Colts, the Colts better be careful this week because if they lose, then the Rams or Seahawks are jumping them easily.
Ooh, yeah, they could go from 2 to out of the top 5. So,
and you can see the 4 or 5 spot being number 1 here too. Honestly,
Yep. So, Colts have been put on notice. But coming in at number 1, for I believe the second straight week in a row, we have the Denver Broncos. This team I believe won 6 in a row, 6, 7, 7 games. Even though some have been close, still have a good defense. QB is playing well. And in that tough division, you have the Chiefs in there and the Chargers. They're finding a way to win these close games. This week, though, I believe will either cement them for another week at number 1 or drop them tremendously, potentially out of the top 5 if they lose this week against the Chiefs. But that's how these kind of teams go. They're so close between each other, but at the same time, one loss can just drop you, completely out of the top 5. So,
yeah, I mean, the Eagles right now, we had them obviously as the number 1 team going into the season. Defending Super Bowl champs. Until you beat them, that's just where they are, and they're 7-2, and they're not even mentioned in here. The defending champs. That's how good all these other teams are right now. So a lot of exciting games coming up this week. Obviously, we have our picks on the line, but I think we're just gonna have a good, solid week of football. Maybe not for our home teams, but
right. Unless my Commanders can shock me, in Spain this week, we'll definitely see. But I'm hoping to kind of get a little lead finally. I don't think I ever led in the overall pick, so hopefully I can at least see a lead before the season is over. And definitely some big games this week that we can tune into. And I think that is going to do it for this episode. Our first live episode where we kind of combine both of our weekly episodes into one. I did like how this turned out.
Yeah.
And let us know again if you agreed with our picks. And what you thought of those last week games as well. And do you think that my Commanders and Kobe's Browns have a chance this week? Who knows? Browns can surprise us, get a win, and Commanders can surprise us and get a win. Who knows? But we will see. But as always, thank you for joining us on this live episode. Hit that subscribe button so you know the next time we go live or we drop another episode. Leave a comment. Let us know what you thought about our picks. Do you agree, disagree? What about our top 5? Do you think that top 5 made sense, or do you think we should have shook it up a little bit? And as always, like the video as well, and tune in next time. See you.
See you guys.